You are now listening to the Garage Poppin' Family Chronicles podcast. Have a seat at the table and let's have a family discussion.
Hey guys, welcome to the Garage Poppin' Family Chronicles. I am your host, Tasia.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Ashley.
And today's topic is depression.
Woo, woo, woo.
Are you
I'm
depressed?
sad already.
Are you a depressed asshole? No, I'm sorry.
No!
Edit.
Wow.
So I had a bout of depression today. So I went and got my hair done, and I was like, let's go ahead and change things up a bit, Let's go ahead and cut it. Okay? Let's cut it. That's what I told her. That's what I said in my mind. I was like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna love it. Come on, 2022. New year, new me. Hate that phrase. Should have known it wasn't gonna work out. Well, she cut it. She curled it so tight that I literally looked like a lollipop kid. You know, the one with the green hair there was like a curl here and it was coming this way. And I saw my mother in my hair. Sandy Joe has been here all day with me. And so no one will ever see it because I'm getting my hair braided.
You literally can show it to me flat ironed. Like who cuts their hair and then says, let's curl it? Like you don't even know what the length is.
So the lady kept saying the word body. Okay. She kept saying, oh, you need some body. And I'm like,
should
what?
just let her bump the ends.
I got the bump the end feeling. I was like, what is going on? I was like, what is that curl there? Like, why is the front curling in like this? Like, I was like, that's not a curl that I usually do. But I left out of there very depressed and sad and wanted to cry. And I even gave her a $20 tip because
so it was a choice.
To say
nobody did. Sounds like a choice.
Now, how will she know to never again give someone a short curly subob if you reward her?
She knew that I didn't like it. I kept saying it.
So why would you give a tip? Did you go to Supercuts?
I did. I gave her a tip because she is a young Black girl, but I did tell her, don't you ever do this to anyone else. And then I got the lady next to her's number because she's going to braid my hair.
Talk about causing some rift in the salon.
Let me tell you something. I don't care if there's a rip, a current, listen.
Okay. We're not gonna make light of depression because it is serious. I mean, that is bad, but
I wanted to cry, but go ahead. Let's talk about some real depression. Okay. I got my moment of, I'm still sad looking at it.
Well, you look beautiful. You know, depression hits people differently. How you cope with depression hits people differently as well. Yeah. I personally just sleep. I feel like if I go to sleep, it'll all go away. Maybe the day will go by faster and I'll stop thinking about it. And still there. Still be there when I wake up.
I'm a changer situation. Change it up. Like, I'll do something new all day. If it's the job, then I'm going to get another one because life is too short. If it's where I live at, just like when I was in Tennessee, those last couple months for me and Tasia, I don't think anything is more important than your mental health. Nothing. Because if you don't have good mental health, then everything in your life is just going to go downhill.
I like to give myself a couple days to feel bad for myself. Like, because you have to, that first gut punch of grief when you hear something about something you're just upset about
Yeah.
is the worst. And you have to allow yourself to feel it. I don't want to hear everything's gonna be okay. I don't want to hear, good things happen for, I don't want to hear nothing when I'm depressed. Let me wallow in my sorrows for at least a day or two, and then let me recoup and figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need to cry. I'm gonna need to cry that day, probably the day after. I'm gonna need 2 days of tears. Day 3, let me get myself together. And I'm not gonna tell nobody. I'm just gonna deal with it. Cause usually, as far as my depression goes, it's usually like me being disappointed in the decision that I made, or me being disappointed in a situation that I put myself in, something I could have done differently. Not really like, you know, I guess I'm blessed enough to have not really been super depressed about things super serious. I'm just super hard on myself. So, like I said, I just need to cry. About 2 days of tears. And then day 3, I need to go ahead and not say anything. But after that, I'm good. I don't really like to, not a big old. I can't be talked out of my depression. I'm gonna feel like that. So I just need to deal with it, cry, take a nap, and then I can move on.
I usually can talk myself out of it after a couple days, but this last bout of depression I had at the end of the year last year was the worst I think I've ever been through, because it took a few weeks to where I shut y'all out, and I not Mia, and I shut everybody out, and it wasn't on purpose. It's like my mind was running a million miles a minute, and to
Yeah.
everybody else it seemed like I was being, but to me I'm like, I don't have no choice but to show up and be in front of y'all. If I could have, I just would have stayed in my hideaway. And then to Ashley, as a parent, when you have your kid there, it's hard to be depressed because you still have to show up and show out for them. And that's what's the hardest thing about being depressed, because you still got to be strong for them. But then I feel like, who finna be strong for me? That's how I be feeling
Yeah.
sometimes.
I feel the same way. But what's bad is I feel like we still have each other. You know what I mean? But the way that our family is, we kind of take people's weaknesses and we'll use them later. So I don't think that we really discuss like our how depressed we are. I mean, like, we knew that, Alyssa, we knew. Okay. I knew. And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep calling because I know she's just not feeling it right now. She's not feeling anybody. So I'm not going to keep calling. But I feel like sometimes when you are like that, and even me, you have to be like, listen, okay, I'm not in a good space. It's not you. I just need a minute. You know what I mean? When you cut people off completely and they're just like, wait a minute, what did I do? You know what I mean? Like, you kind of portray your feelings onto someone else is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because if I'm like, hey, what you doing? And fine. You know what I mean? I'm like, did I do something? Like, look, did I say something? What did I do?
I don't think I've ever been that down before, and I was mad at myself for even getting like that. But again, it goes back to y'all can just go home and chill, and like y'all can be depressed in your own lonesome and figure it out how y'all want to. I can't. I gotta still go around people. I still gotta take Eris places, and still show up and show out. So I didn't get to really grieve, I guess, like I wanted to. But I'm not gonna get myself like that no more. My dad always taught me, in any situation, keep your head, and I think I've really lost my head in that situation. What are some ways that y'all cope with being depressed? Like, some people drink, some people smoke, some people pop pills.
I'm a
That's
yeah.
that's
I will second that.
I
I'd
am.
say,
I am.
I'd say, I already said it. Sleep and a blunt and some melatonin.
okay.
I
Those
just
are
need to. I
good.
just need to not. I can't. Like like how you said. Like, you be like, "How you doing?" And you be like, "Fine." When I'm like that, I don't even talk to people. Like you said, living alone. I go through a lot of stuff that can't tell you guys. Like wasn't supposed to do that I did anyway and put me in a situation. You know what I'm saying? So I just need space and quiet. Like when I feel like that, like if I get off work or I don't have to work, the whole house quiet. I'm gonna clean up, not say a word. Like I just need space, time to myself, and sleep. Once always help, but I love those when I'm not depressed, so I'm not gonna say that.
Well, okay, so I'm going to talk about my specific. I don't know what happened when I was in Tennessee. Like the last 6 months that I was there, I was so depressed. Like I wasn't sleeping good. I didn't like my job. It was, I think it was cold. That's another thing. Like I am a seasonal depressive person. That's why one thing I was like, okay, I literally want to make sure that I go somewhere where it's 90% warm all the time. You know what I mean? Like looking at brown grass and dead trees makes me feel some type of way. And I know that might sound crazy, but it really does. Like cold weather, wintertime, it makes me depressed. But the last like 6 months that I was in Tennessee, I don't know what happened. I was just so unhappy with everything. Even my friend, who is not my friend anymore, but even my friend, like when I was talking to her, she was like, listen, she was like, you need to go talk to somebody. And I was like, you know what? I'm fine. It's fine. I'll just figure it out. You know what I mean? But like, I was literally to the point where I was like, I could just drive off of this freaking freeway and just like, I don't even want to be here. And that's why when I made the decision, I was like, you know what? I need a change of scenery. I need a new job. I need to get away before I take myself out of this situation. And when I moved, it was like a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have to take yourself out of the situation. And I am a big fan of if it is not working and you feel that low, you need to go. You know what I mean? I was literally to the point, and I talked to Tasia about it afterwards because me and her didn't get along for 6 months. Like she hated me. I was in the worst possible mood all the time. Ethan's face got on my nerves. Tasia's face got on my nerves. Like I just didn't want anybody around me. And I was like, I can't do this anymore because either we all gonna look, I'm gonna kill everybody, or I'm gonna kill myself. I don't know. So, but I had to take myself out of the situation, and I didn't even tell. When did we talk about it? Like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like I literally told her, and I mean, like I was crying because I was like, I didn't want to tell her, like, because I felt like I know she would be like, you feeling like that is selfish. You know what I mean? Like, because it would have been selfish for me to do that. But that's how I was feeling. And the only way that I could not feel like, I was like, I have to change my situation.
Yeah, I agree. I do feel like if you would have expressed to me what you were feeling, how you were feeling back then, I honestly don't think I would have been mature enough to understand. So, maybe it's better. You know what I'm saying? But when you left, I was mad as hell because you were here being so mean and mad and nobody knew why. Then you left and was on the beach taking pictures, living your best life. Everything's great. My life is great. And I was like,
yeah. And I can get that, but when I tell you,
I mean, like, I get it now. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, even when you were gone, we were still not in a good place for a minute. And that's why I felt some type of way, because I felt like, you know what I'm saying? You was mad at us, but that's because, I didn't know.
And I didn't tell you either. And that's another thing. Like, I feel like you need to tell the people around you at least a glimpse. You know what I mean? Like, because some things you want to keep to yourself. Some things you have to process internally. But I do feel like it has to be like a small conversation. Like, listen, I'm not in a good place. I'm not like mentally, I'm not in a good place. And I apologize that's what I should have said to her. I apologize if I'm being I apologize if we're not getting along, but I just feel like, like I feel like it has to be a minor conversation, at least to the people who you're closest with. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like, for a while, I thought me and Tasia we were never going to be the same again.
Me too.
Because when I tell you it was bad, it was really, really bad. And like, that makes me want to cry thinking about it, because I know how I felt. And I just wanted to be like, it's not you. You know what I mean? Like, I just need a minute, but I couldn't say it. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't say it because I was like, I don't want her to feel like I'm weak. I think that's a big part of it.
No.
Drink this wine. Look.
Girl, I love you. I think you a superhero. Oh my God.
Oh, I love you too.
This is awesome. This whole conversation is needed, definitely. I think we don't know what we really go through until we actually talk about it and look back at it. Because y'all know my situation. I'm in a relationship with somebody for 16 years, and almost 8 of it, he's been in prison. So it's like I'm taking on trying to handle that, trying to pay bills, handling my household, going to work and being stressed out, being a mother and being stepping up and being there for her, but also being tired from working night shift. So it's like I got all this on my plate, but I still gotta walk around like, hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Like, I'm not going through anything. And it sucks because I gotta be strong. I mean, this goes back to Are You the Strong Friend? I mean, I gotta be strong for everybody else. And I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. So when I do break down, it's like it's everything piling on me and I didn't know. It just hits me like
Yeah. And you
bomb.
can't get up.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find a way to every day just realize you got this. You can do this. Don't let this take over you. Like I gotta give myself those affirmations because if I don't, all of this can stress me out. And this is not for the weak. I don't expect anybody to ever hold nobody down in prison for this long or, do the things that I've done.
Yeah, you're a strong one.
It's a lot. Shut up.
It is. Listen, and kudos to you, for real, because you have had a lot of stress. You've had a lot of things that should have kept you down that did not. So I'm very proud of you. Like I've told you before, like I feel like people should tell people when they're proud of them. And I've told you before, I am so proud of you. Like you have done an amazing job. Complete amazing job.
You're doing amazing. I'll drink to that.
Drink.
I'm running low.
Hurry up. But yeah.
I mean, my coping with depression too. It's kind of weird. I like watching people play video games on YouTube, watching Roblox, and then watching shows with families that are in love and happy. Like I don't know why I do. Well, I found out that's why I do that. But like because our family is, I'm going to cry and I'm going to try not to. But
Okay,
our family is not close knit like that. We've never had that. So I find myself watching other people, even if it's just scripted, having fun, and it gets my imagination like maybe one day I could have that. But that's part of my coping mechanism. God damn it, thug it up, get it together.
It's okay. Let it out. Let it out.
Let it out.
But that's kind of how I cope. And Ears is always like, you always watching the dude on TV playing these games, and you always watching these shows. But it's just like that's my only way that I can escape to actually feeling like I have a family that gets together for barbecues and does shit, and So, wow, it just came out. So
It's okay. And I don't know. I just feel like, but we used to.
not really. We usually just eat and everybody goes to sleep, and that's not like we don't play games. We don't like play the music loud, except for when we're cooking or we're gonna eat. But
That's true. That is very true. I mean, like I used to try. Like I feel like the kids' experience. I used to go all out for Christmas and things like that. You know what I mean? Like I would be like, okay, who wants to make hot chocolate together? And then we'll sit around and tell, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like that time I put flour on the floor, which was the worst decision of my life. I put flour on my floor and walked in it in some Ugg boots to try to pretend that Santa Claus had come down the chimney. It took me 4 hours to get every speck up. Okay. But I feel like if that is what you want and that's not what you have, then you need to make that for yourself. You know what I mean? I feel this exact same way. I feel like the way my dad was always gone because he was in the military. So he was gone 6 months at a time. My mother was a nurse. She worked night shift all the time, or 3 to 11. And so we didn't really have a lot of family time. And that's why I was always like movie night. You know what I mean? How you were always like, I know one thing, Ashley gonna have her kids in the bed watching a movie. Like that's my, this is what I didn't have and this is what I want y'all to have. You know what I mean? Like movie night. We're gonna watch a movie. We never watch the entire thing because we always fall asleep. But the fact that we're all in the bed together, talking and laughing, trying to watch a movie together, like that's my, I didn't have this and this is what I wanted when I was younger. You know what I mean? So like you have to have that, you have to find that and give it to Eris. If that's what you want, you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we're gonna go eat. Me and Tace used to go eat somewhere different. Remember that? We used to go eat like once a week. We were like, we're gonna pick somewhere and go eat.
That's how I found out I like sushi.
Yeah, I never had that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have that.
Breaking those generational curses and
right.
Not using what you've been through as an excuse to say I gotta stay like this, but change the narrative for your children and for your brother or your younger people so that they can grow up saying I did this. And Eris just told me in the car, actually, she was like, I love you. She was like, you're childish, but you're nice, but you're pretty. And she was like, you're like the best mom. And I was like,
oh, like childish.
I was like, how are we gonna get all this shiitake in the house? She's like, what's shiitake? I was like, mushrooms. I was like, it's easier for me not to say. And she was like, wow. She was just so impressed by that. But I'm like,
look, now watch. She's gonna be like, Mom, what the shiitake is all this English?
And I was like, but those things make me feel good because I know I've been so tired and I haven't been the mother that I should be because we used to play games all the time. So she just asked me before this, can we play games tonight and have mother-daughter night? And you know what? After this, we will.
Yeah. And for Ethan to be on the game all the time, it's weird because like when he's on the game and I go to work and I was going to work, I would always come back and be like, you want to go to breakfast? Or, you know what I mean? Like we would go eat. And when I was off, we were always going somewhere. Like, let's go eat or let's go to the beach or let's just do something. And he'll even come to me and be like, movie night. He'd be like, it got to be scary. You know what I mean? Like, I'll let him pick the movie. But even at his age, I feel like that'll be something that he will always have. You know what I mean? Like, we used to watch TV all the time together. Just something that you can be like, okay, this is what we do. This is what my family does, especially if you didn't have it.
I feel like depression, with depression, it's good to have somebody that that you have to live for, whether it's your mother or
definitely.
your children, that'll keep you going. And I'll tell people all the time, if you feel like you ain't got nobody, you got me. So you ain't got no reason to hurt yourself and say like you feel like you ain't got nobody because I'm here. And me saying that, letting you know that if you ever want to do something to yourself, you ain't got no excuse to do it because I'm here. You talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm grateful for you guys,
I'm super grateful for you guys. Definitely. I don't know. Like even now so that's why even now though, I feel like I have a better coping mechanism also. Like when I get so frustrated that I feel like I want to cry, and I get like that when I'm super tired. Like if I work a lot, you know what I mean? Like when I was with the other staffing company and I was in Texas and we were working 6 days a week, like literally I would go back to the hotel and just cry and then go to sleep because I was so tired. But like, I was like, I have a goal. I'm trying to do this for a reason. And I would take my 6 breaths, my 6 deep breaths, and it always made me feel better. That's why now when Tasia calls me and she'd be like, Mom, oh my God, what do I tell you? Breathe. I'm like, take some breaths. And I'm like, when I get off the phone, and I know she don't do it, okay? Because I know my child. I know she don't. She's like, okay, I'm going to do it. I already know she don't.
Breathe.
But I appreciate you, though.
Look. But I mean, like, Tasia, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but like, I'll even be at work and be so frustrated and so overwhelmed at work. I will just sit there for a minute and breathe in and out. 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, 6 times. And when I tell you, like, I feel like something, I just feel better. And I'm like, okay, I can go back at it. You know what I mean? Like, but maybe that's how I deal with stress and like being, you know what I mean? But I think everybody should have their own coping mechanism that is helpful more than harmful. You know what I mean?
And dealing with your stuff head on without the use of a drug or a drink is, I think, is the hardest thing to do, because when you're sober, you don't have anything to. I know, but it's like once that high or once that drunkenness goes down, your problem is still there. So
True.
I think you should attack it head on, to me, but that takes some time, because you know me, I used to be a blunt blowing. I used to do it all. I could smoke. I don't do it anymore, but
Yeah.
it was me ignoring my problems and trying to mask them with a Band-Aid, when really you got to face that head on, honestly.
True. You really do. But depression is like a weird sticky subject though. You know what
And
I
sometimes
mean?
you don't know you're going through it. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. And what's bad is I felt like for the first month or two when I was being a I didn't know why. You know what I mean? Like that's the crazy part. I was just angry and I would even think to myself, like I would be yelling and I would go back to my room and I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I mean? And I wanted to go back out and be like, I'm sorry. But I didn't. And I don't know why. I don't know what stopped me from being like, I apologize. You know what I mean? Like it's not y'all. It's something that I don't know what's going on, but I couldn't do it. I don't know if it's I don't know. I don't know. I think I didn't want anything to be thrown back in my face. You know what I mean? Because that's how our family is. And I know my children are not like, what'd you say?
I said, by me and Ethan?
That's what I was going to say. That's what I just said. And I know my children aren't like that, but I feel like once you're already in a sunken place, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like once you're already in a sunken place, it's like you feel like everyone is the enemy. Not an enemy, but everyone is gonna, I don't know. I can't even put it into words because I'm about to cry again, but it's just like I felt like I had no one. You know what I mean? Like I had no one and I just wanted somebody to be like, it's gonna be okay. But how can somebody tell me it's gonna be okay if I can't even say there's a problem? You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know. It was rough.
I know what you mean. I feel like the way y'all feel about our family, like not being close knit or whatever, like, my dad's side, we're close. We have, you know what I'm saying? They have dances and family, you know what I'm saying? So I had that. But I feel like that as far as friends go. Like, Alyssa's always like, you're so poppin', you're so fun, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I've had some horrible experiences. Yeah, I'm gonna cry. I've had some horrible experiences with people who are supposed to be like my friend. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm in a place where like I don't want none no more. Like I'm in a weird place as far as people, because it's like I know y'all will be here always, but it's like I ain't got no damn friends that I can actually trust. I don't trust anyone here, like to tell them anything. That's why anything that I'm going through, I'm gonna deal with it alone. always, because people who I loved, like who have been my friends for years, have done like wow trifling shit out of random. And it just make you be like, you know what I'm saying? Is it me, Jesus? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I the issue? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or is it just the situations that I'm putting myself in with these certain people? That's why I'm like, when I get depressed, it's because of decisions that I've made or situations that I've been in or things that people have done to me that I felt like I tolerated. You know what I'm saying? That's like you 24, but that ain't no spring chicken. And not have no friends forever. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I have to start all over as far as friends. And I'm 42. So like that's I almost cried a little bit earlier today. You're gonna see it when you edit it. But that's like that's like my whole depression situation. Because I value friends, especially because like, my mom doesn't stay here. My dad doesn't stay here. So like friends really are the only people who are like closest to talk to, and they don't to me. So I definitely get it. Like girlfriends, Harlem, run the world. Like I'd love a friend group like that. I love that.
Oh
Like
my
even
God, I know.
yes, like even though and they have like girlfriends. I love girlfriends because they have real issues. Like that's like I would love that, and I feel like I'll never have it because I'm too old now. I had all these damn friends like since I was a child, and now I'm losing them all. So,
but you know who you'll never lose? This girl.
I thought you was gonna pick up Mia. I was gonna say you put her down.
I was just gonna say, Mr. Guala himself, the cash, the green, the coin, the dollar.
Yeah.
Never disappoint me. Not just playing.
That's
I love you.
Found it.
Not a double hand.
But yeah, I don't know. Depression is tricky, but I feel like we're lucky because like Tasha calls me every other day and be like, "Mom." And I'm glad that I can be there for her. And I'm like, it's fine, girl. It's a job. This is not like, it's a job. And there are billions of them out there. And don't nobody want to work none right now. So you can have your pick of whatever job you want. It's fine. It's fine. Just breathe. But I don't know. I feel like I can talk to Tasia, but still, she's still my daughter. And I still feel in the back of my head that I don't want to put my burdens on her. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't want to be like, I'm just stressed out because this and this. And I'm sure she would be okay, but I'm still supposed to be the mother at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So
I feel like it's different because she's grown now. It's not like
I agree.
in the
I
house.
feel like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit's
Maybe
just
I
like,
can't pay the bills.
let
Like,
that shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's
But
different.
I mean, like, I've literally been good. I've been okay. Like this was like the best thing for me. You know what I mean? Like I can't wait till all of my children are here. I feel like I will be that much happier. You know what I mean? Like I really will. I cannot wait. Like, I can't wait.
You know what my coping mechanism too? I forgot is.
I don't know why I thought you said Coco Melon. I was like,
wow,
what is up with this cartoon?
Being sarcastic. Like I make jokes in situations that are supposed to be like
me too. Making light of a terrible situation. Yeah. That's it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Problem.
Yeah, and it is bad because some people aren't like that. So when you get to trying to be funny, they be like, "No, like girl, shut up."
I'm trying to tell you,
I'll be all right.
She's like, girl, I'm about to lose my house. Don't you got roaches? It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Hell, we laugh at we be at funerals like, don't let me sit by Ashley at a funeral. Can't do it. Depression. We can't do depression at a funeral.
Look, you hear me? Look, that was one time.
Yeah. Any funeral, wedding, ceremony, she got to sit in the back.
I feel like our family does not want you to be sad when they pass. So
Definitely.
no.
We definitely
I
handle
want
things.
the laughter. Y'all better laugh at my dang on funeral.
Girl, we not talking
And
about your
don't let
funeral
me
right
see
now.
lollipop
Anyway.
haircut. If y'all have my hair curled this way, I'm coming after all of you.
We're gonna find a stylist.
We put it up in that damn bun because I don't want to hear nothing. You come sitting on the edge of my bed when I'm asleep. Talking about your damn hairstyle.
I'm like,
we brushing it. We putting it up in a bun.
Somebody told me when she passed away, if they got her looking a mess, she was gonna come back and hot beat. So I had to make sure everything was everything. She was like, she was good.
Listen, I'm coming back.
Like, girl, they put a bamboo on
your bed like,
you felt at home.
Look, excuse me. We've been trying to get in touch with you about your car's extended warranty. Wake your ass up.
Yeah, she keeps sending all of us friend requests on Facebook. I don't know if I did my duty correctly.
Yeah. Sandy Jo looked pretty good.
She did. She did.
She looked great.
Did. Right. Well, do y'all have anything else to say about depression? This is gonna be
no. We've laughed. We've cried. Let's no. No.
Just make sure that you talk to somebody. Like, don't try to do it by yourself. You know, you always need some sort of coping mechanism, and make sure that it's a healthy coping mechanism, you know?
And if it ain't healthy, make sure it just don't kill you.
Right. And if you need to talk to somebody,
call Alyssa.
I was gonna say talk to me, but then I was like, no,
phone number is no.
Come on, no. Talk to somebody. Somebody cares. I care about you. I just probably don't want to hear about it, and you probably don't want to hear either. So there's that.
I want to hear all of your.
All right. So it started when I was. No, I'm playing.
I was gonna say,
I was like, I want to hear all of your.
I'll be the bathroom right there. All right, well, we'll see y'all in the next episode. I know this was a long one, but we'll see y'all in the next episode when we'll sit down at the family table, have a discussion about a brand new topic. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.